Hello, everyone. So, today we're going to build a quick custom bass from scratch inside of Reactor. Um, so, I'm Danny Xander, and today we're going to be building a custom bass sound from scratch. This will be a quick step-by-step process, and I'll show you how Reactor is such a powerful tool for sound design and how you can use it for yourself. So without further ado, let's get into it. So when we open up Reactor, you're going to be greeted with the main page. If you go back, I'm going to open up Reactor from scratch, and you have three different options here. One is the play option. The next one is the patch option, and the lastly one is the build option. Today we're going to be using the build section, and we're going to be building out a custom bass sound. So we're going to set up the basic modules which we need for this, and add our basic modules. So the starting point is we're going to choose an oscillator from the player section, and we're going to be using that to carve out our sound. So if we go into Bento Box and we look at the oscillators, we grab ourselves an oscillator, and from there we can manipulate our sounds. So waveforms are really important to shaping a bass sound, and there's difference between each kind of wave we have here. We have a sine wave here, we have a saw wave here, and we have a square or pulse wave here. So these waves are all fundamental waves, and they're all different in the way that they react and sound. So we can give an example of this if we just add in a component so we can control the sound. So we add in a signal and turn it down. Then we can manipulate that pitch. So we're going to actually manipulate this and change it into a saw wave so we can hear the difference. That's a saw wave. Oops, turn that down. That's our saw wave. We need to put a little amplitude control so that we can control how loud this is going to be. And there we go. Let's reorganize our panel so everything makes sense. And there we have control now. So you can see, if I just show you from the oscilloscope, which I'm going to bring in, just to demonstrate and show you what it actually looks like to visualize the waveform. So you can see here we have a saw wave. So as you can see, we have a saw wave here, and if we change it, you'll see, if we turn it up, our amplitude, we can see a bigger waveform, and we can change the wave shape we're seeing. So right now we're seeing a sine. Right now we're seeing a sine waveform, and we can manipulate that so we can see each kind of waveform. This is a square, and this is a saw. So those are our different waveforms. So we're going to continue building, and basically our bass sound is going to have a saw wave. So we're going to use a saw wave to shape the basis of our sound. And then I'm gonna add an envelope so that we can generate control and amplitude and adjust the attacking and decay. So let's add in an envelope. This can be our envelope. So our amp ADSR is going to connect to our VCA, and our gate is going to go out to our envelope. So now we have control over the starting and stopping of the notes. As you can see, they're more controlled. You can now see a clear saw wave. You can change that to pulse. Change the pulse width. And we can also change this to a sine wave. So you have pure sine tone. And change the pulse width back to normal. And we can see when we make the pitch lower, we can see a clearer waveform. That's because the waves are farther spread apart, so you're going to see more space between them. As you go up in pitch, there's more waveforms because there's more upper harmonics in the sounds that we're hearing. There's multiple harmonics all across the spectrum of hearing, from 20 hertz to 20,000 kilohertz. So we're hearing multiple waveforms. So that's just a demo of that. And then we can keep going, and we can add some effects and distortion. And we can add a low pass on it. We can add a filter so we can control where the sound actually cuts off at what frequency range. So now we're going to add in our filter. And that's going to connect in right there. And then we're going to listen to our sound again. This time, we'll do a high pass or a low pass. And we got ourselves a bass sound. Can turn it up. Okay, so now we can add some other sounds for depth and effect. Maybe a distortion, maybe some reverb. So let's add one of them, and then we will call our sound pretty much done. So let's add in an effect, and that would look like a reverb. So we put in our reverb, and from there we have a wider sound. And that's our bass sound. And there we have it. We have our bass sound, a basic bass sound with some effects. And you can make the final adjustments to make your sound the way exactly how you want it to sound. I'm going to decrease the sustain. And basically, this is a really versatile instrument now that we can use. all of our compositions. And anything else you want to use it in. So to recap, you can create your own bass sound using similar techniques, and you can find more in-depth content for this in one of my upcoming content courses. And if you want to dive deeper into Reactor and sound design. And that's all we got for today. Peace out and happy sound designing.